We get to keep the Senate. Yeah! Not only do we get to keep the Senate, if Warnock wins the runoff in Georgia, then we actually get a gain. $51 to $49 instead of the previous $50 to $50. Of course, what we have right now, if Warnock loses, a $50 to $50 is still to our favor, but it is nice to have that leeway, you know? It's nice to have that, you know, that little extra spice. It don't hurt. It's good. It's good. Yeah, barely dodging fascism for now. For now, we haven't really dodged it. You know, it's like a hawk. It does flybys. Phenomenal stuff, really. Yeah, we will see. The fact that it's now 50-49 at present, like we're waiting on the last one. The Republicans might not be willing to commit that many resources over to the Warnock-Walker election because either way, Dems hold the Senate. Hopefully, that sort of demotivates them a little bit. For those of you who don't know, a 50-50 Senate is still in Dems' favor because in ties between Democrats and Republicans in the Senate, you know, like a 50-50 split, the vice president is the tiebreaker, and that is, of course, Kamala Harris in the current administration. Yes, Kop Mala. You know, hopefully we get a win there. We can only hope, Will from PA. Yeah. Anyway, we got that Senate confirmation after ya girl, Catherine Cortez. Is it Masto or Masto? I don't actually know. My brain is blurring this information right now. It has like the hentai like shower glass blur, you know? Masto, like like that. Okay, gotcha. Who defeated former loser Adam Laxalt, who was of course a Donald Trump endorsed candidate, meaning that Donald Trump is running up an ever higher list of L's that he's taken after endorsing candidates that would then go on to lose. You guys have probably seen, if you've been present at all on social media over the past couple of days, but man, conservatives are rapidly packing their bags with Trump and trying to move over to DeSantis. I think just earlier today it was Candace Owens. Candace Owens, who said something like, you know, I met with Donald Trump recently, and he was really rude to me. And I don't think that a leader should be rude. I don't think he's capable of managing a team. That's why I endorsed DeSantis. You know, like they're all moving over because, as I've said to all of you, and I'll reiterate this, the Republican Party is fully committed to getting DeSantis to be their leading guy for 2024. So the question is, how effectively can they move the party base over to DeSantis, given the fact that Trump is going to, you know, freak out and make a whole fuss of it, you know? Why does Google say that Dems have 48? Because there are 2 independent senators who vote alongside Democrats. Democrats have 48 people in the Senate, but their voting bloc constitutes 50 at the moment. 51 if Warnock wins, which is, of course, our goal. You know, we will be deploying many mules to drop tens of thousands of identical pro-Warnock ballots in Georgia when the time comes, you know? We'll be carrying those bins full of ballots arm over arm, hiking them onto our shoulders like strongmen, sprinting towards the polling places, you know? Their guards will try to stop us, but it'll be no use. We will run past the barricade, and we will slam dunk the votes directly into the ballot box, thus officially making them legal votes that cannot be contested. And thus we will ensure victory for Warnock. Is 5,000 donkeys ready? You know, we have people with rolled up ballots in condoms that they've swallowed before crossing the border. We're doing a ballot drop from Mexico somehow. I don't know how that's more efficient than just doing everything in the US, but we are doing it, you know? It's a whole thing, you know? We're very ready. Hopefully that goes well. As for the House is still a toss-up. Yeah, we have a very wacky, like, future scenario coming out here. House is likely to favor Dems. If the House ends up favoring Dems, it's going to be by, like, 2 votes at most. But here's the thing, folks. Here's the wacky thing that you crazy kids don't know, but I know, because I'm very high IQ and smart and bigly, all right? When deciding who's in charge of the House, the roll call is done day by day, which means that if you have a 218 to 217 split in favor of Dems, but 2 Dems are missing, that day it'll be 216 to 217, meaning that day-by-day control of the House of Representatives will be determined in all likelihood by how many people are missing or absent during that day's roll call. No kidding. It is a tight enough margin that leadership of the House is going to be swinging back and forth based on who has the most, who is the most sick days called in. It is going to be psychotic. It is going to be insane. No matter what happens at this point, the margins are so close that they're going to be battling it out over like House Majority Leader, just constantly back and forth. That's not good, I assume. Well, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. What it is funny, okay? Though it does not escape my attention that given the Republicans' pretty open support for the assassination of their political opponents, we're now in an environment where a couple of absences that last months in the Democratic House wouldn't just be, you know, a big meme. It would actually give them, for that time period, control of the House of Representatives. Because they would, you know, sort of lower the opposition number. Yeah, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying that, like, if ever there was a time the Republicans felt it advantageous for some Democrat House, representatives to go missing, this would be it. I wonder if the Democrats understand the Republicans wouldn't care if they got whacked. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping so badly that there are Democrat strategists and leaders who internally are like, after the Pelosi thing, remember? Where there was an assassination attempt on Pelosi, albeit an ill-fated one, and immediately the entire Republican establishment was like, oh yeah, this is a big joke, actually. This is a huge meme, and we don't care. This is just funny to us, you know? I'm really hoping that there are some Democrats who look at that and go, they could just kill me. Hold on. They might just murder me. They could do that. They might do that. I'm really hoping they think that and that they apply that thought into action. You know, like beefing up security, maybe contemplating the decay of democratic liberalism, you know, so something. Maybe factor that in, you know? Do you think Republicans will be able to cancel the House investigations? Guys, am I wrong in assuming that even if Democrats have a lead in the House, if ever there's like a Democrat who trips on their shoelaces and gets to the hospital and doesn't show up for one of the votes and Republicans become House leaders, they would just cancel all of these investigations immediately? Like, they just need it for one day, right? Because they would just go like, oh, we're in charge for today? Okay, bap, yeah, Jan 6 committee's canceled. Goodbye. And then the next day, Dems are over again. But it's like, I mean, maybe they could, like, fake canceling it, and then the Dems the next day are like, bap, actually, it's back on. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, we hadn't cleared out the office yet, so you need paperwork? I wonder how quickly it could be filed. I don't know. This I don't know. I'm taking shots here. We're taking shots in the dark, okay? They'll probably reach an agreement to avoid the insanity. Yeah, but how much can you trust a Republican to abide by an agreement they've made? Look, okay? It's some wacky stuff is going to be coming up. They don't need the committee to do the investigation, though, right? That's the DOJ's job. The committee has the ability to sort of motivate people, get political capital on board, and they can prompt parts of the investigation the DOJ might not independently go after. But yes, the real legwork, if anything was to be done, would be done by the DOJ. Not that I expect the DOJ to ever arrest Trump. And by the way, at this point, I'm kind of hoping that they don't. Because right now, the only thing Trump can do politically is hamstring DeSantis in the 2024 presidential election, you know, in their primaries. So right now, I'm actually kind of hoping that Donnie T stays a free man, because currently his presence seems like it's only politically advantageous to us. I guess we'll see, you know. We'll see, yeah. Maybe the Republicans will keep the Jan 6 committee along, just so they can pray that they'll indict, you know, Trump and get him. What's so bad about DeSantis? He's just the current, like, headliner for the Republican Party. He's a fascist. He's smarter than Trump. He's also shorter. Ron DeSantis is only 44 years old? Holy shit! No wonder he's so dangerous. I didn't realize he was that young. Conservatism ages you superficially, so I guess I assumed he was at least in his 50s. God damn. He's 5'9". When was the last time we had a 5'9" president? Hold on. Joe Biden, 5'11.5". Donald Trump, 6'3". 6'2". Come on. Barack Obama, 6'1.5". George W. Bush, 5'11.5". Bill Clinton, 6'2.5". George H.W., 6'2". Ronald Reagan, 6'1". Jimmy Carter was 5'9.5". Gerald Ford, 6 foot, 5'11.5", 6'3.5". 5'1", 5'10.5". Harry S. Truman, 5'9". Franklin D. Roosevelt, 6'2". Herbert Hoover, 6'11". Calvin Coolidge, 5'10". Warren G. Harding, 6 foot, 5'11", 11.5", 5'10", 5'7". You have to go back to William McKinley, all the way back, my man, who was assassinated in 1901, to find somebody who would be as short as Ron DeSantis. Keeping fully in mind that the average height of an American male is like 5'8", 5'9", something like that. You know, we have a bias, and no president has been that short since television, since this like actually mattered more for like broad support. Is being short bad now? Well, it's not bad morally, but people do have a bias towards taller people when it comes to their political candidates. Yes. I thought you said he was 5'9". Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was remembering 5'8". My apologies. So we'd have to go back to Harry S. Truman then, who was again pre-television. Who was the shortest president? According to this, James Madison at 5'4". And then of course on top we have Abraham Lincoln, obviously. Who even knows if they recorded heights accurately back then, you know? FDR was your height. Yeah, but he was also in a chair for a good part of his presidency, so, you know. Polio will knock you the f*** out. It'll knock you right down the rankings, as it were. Anyway, yeah, listen. The lesson to take from this is that we gained the Senate. We might even pick up an extra seat. That's cool, you know? Vosh is always in a chair as well. That's true. I am a lot like FDR, in the sense that I will curry the favor of socialists with compromise, but in reality, I'm secretly quite against them. Yes, of course. Get polio, then you can be president. Yeah, I've already got a big dick disease. It's terminal. I'll die soon. That's my polio. Okay. If I listen, okay. He got polio. I got a big pole. Yo. Hey, hey, Ryan, cut it right there. Chop, cut it right there.